that we're now live and log in and come on and get on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Let's Talk About It. I'm Nurse Gina from Facebook and YouTube. And today we're going to be talking about life and death. We're going to be talking about life and death, and we're going to be giving you guys some tools on helping you deal with the inevitable. How many of you know that you're going to die? Okay. I know it's hard to believe. You're so full of life, but you know, it's going to happen, right? It's going to be something that we're all going to face. But we need to realize that when we get to that point, okay, we need to make sure everything is taken care of, at least our burial, okay? At least we're taken care of. So I have no affiliation with this young lady I'm going to have on as a guest today. I just want to get that out of the way. I'm not paying her and she's not paying me. But let me start off by saying this to you guys. I'm going to start off with a little story, okay? My dad passed away in 2005, okay? He had a stroke in 2004, passed away in 2005. From the moment I was a child and was able to understand English, my dad always told us, get this, okay? If something happened to me, the house will be paid for, the cars will be paid for, your mama gonna be taken care of, okay? All y'all gotta do is bury me, okay? And you guys gonna be straight, okay? So when my dad passed away, I'm the oldest of 7. When my dad passed away, okay, after the initial shock, we all sat around and said, well, one thing mama don't have to worry about. She don't have to worry about insurance, okay? Because daddy took care of that because he said, everybody say it together, okay? The house is going to be paid for. The cars is going to be paid for. Y'all going to take care of my burial, and your mother going to be straight, okay? So I'm the oldest of 7. I had to call the lady and get the information to her and say, how do I cash in on this insurance, okay? Because my dad passed away. So the lady started going like this on the phone. Okay? So we know what mean, right? So if you've ever applied for credit and they start looking funny and looking crazy and tilting their head to the side, that means you didn't get it. Something's wrong. Something happened, okay? So that means that something is wrong. And I start feeling a sinking feeling. That lady came back and told me, okay, that my dad's insurance, whatever type of insurance he had went backwards, okay? And my dad didn't have no policy, no cash policy, no nothing left, okay, to bury my dad. And this had been going on for 40 years, at least that long, that my dad said, if anything happened, this insurance policy is going to take care of everything. So you got her into the show. Hi. There she is. Welcome, welcome, Lakeisha, to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I hear about all that happened. Wow. That's a story. That's a testimony.
And I'm telling you, girl, and you know, I made up my mind at that time after my dad passed away, I got a good job. And the job gave me $10,000 of insurance. But how many of you know when you leave the job, guess what?
So does
you don't have no insurance, boo.
Correct.
Okay. I'm just being honest with you. I'm trying to help people on today because I'm a nurse. I've seen so many people die without insurance. And then we got to have the car washes and the bake sales and all this other stuff. Let me tell you something. When you leave your job, your insurance ends. If you die the next day, boo, okay, you don't have no insurance.
Okay. Let me add something extra to that. If God forbid you're on disability, when you know how you get the notice when your medical insurance is stopped because you haven't worked there in a certain amount of time, that insurance stops at that point as well. Some policies for the job also says that they don't pay out if you did not die during working hours. There's different different scenarios with each policy that most people don't know, and they wouldn't know because they don't get a copy of the job's policy. So
exactly, yeah. And they bank on that. They bank on that. Let me tell you guys something. Okay, I worked at a job for a long time. Thought I was gonna retire. Okay, left there, didn't have insurance. Okay. Here I am now, older, right? We all think when we're younger, nothing's going to happen to us, okay? But believe me when I tell you, I've seen 6 months old to 100 years old pass away, okay? Some just easily in their sleep and some tragically, okay? You need to invest in insurance. Why? You want to know why? You need to relieve your family. I don't want my son to go through no car washes and begging for me and this and that and the other. I don't want that. Let me get into my questions because I'll be done preached up in here. I'm really passionate. I'm really passionate about it because I see people every day that don't have insurance, and then they sitting up there like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Honey, people ain't gonna come pick you up. Let me tell you something. Them people is not gonna come pick you up. You don't have no insurance. They're not even gonna burn you. You still need about $10,000 just to get cremated.
And think about this: money and mourning don't go together. You can't even mourn properly if you don't have money for the proper burial.
Girl, you better speak on that.
I had a client before who they didn't have the money, and the morgue started charging them after 30 days to hold the body for storage. So it's just things that we don't think about that it could happen, and it's just so much more to even burial. What if you're the breadwinner? If you're the breadwinner for the family after the funeral is over, who's gonna take care of that family? Who's gonna take care of them kids?
I'm trying to tell you this for years. Come on, you peeps. I'm telling you, we got to get some education up in here. Okay. Yeah. Let me ask you this: How long have you been in business, and do you only sell life insurance? Tell us about what you do.
Sure, I've been in Primerica in the life insurance industry for 8.5 years. And again, I did come from law enforcement, so I came from, not focusing on the financial side. Although I do have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in business, I do offer services for the last 8 years pertaining to life insurance. But now, is that the only thing that we offer? Absolutely not. We're a full-fledged financial services company. So we offer life insurance, we offer retirement planning, we offer emergency funds, short-term accounts, which what we call our lifestyle accounts. We offer annuities, children's college funds, minor Roth IRAs, home and auto, renter's insurance, prepaid legal, long-term care, debt solutions, identity theft. We're back in the mortgage industry. We're going back into the health industry for health insurance. So we offer an array of different services. So as I like to call it, we're like the Walmart of financial services. So we offer everything, but the meat and potatoes of what we do is that life insurance and investments.
Okay. And what I like about, I think, the system is that at a certain point, you guys keep following up with people. You just don't give them the life insurance to be like, okay, that's it. Like you followed up with me and said, okay, it's time for you to do annuities. It's time for you to do this. It's time for you to do that. At least offer options on, the different things that you can do. I don't have to take them all, but at least I have options. Because I had a 401k. And thank God, girl, I didn't leave it in St. Francis. If you know anything about what's going on with them, they'd have been sold and bought and money gone. People lost their money. Girl, I'm so glad my money didn't stay over there. But like offering options of other things you can do, because I think people only think of, well, it's only insurance, life insurance. That's just one part of your scope of practice. Okay. Right. Let me go on and ask, now, how long has Primerica been in business, and why did you choose to pursue a career with them?
Well, Primerica started out in 1977 with A.L. Williams and 85 other individuals that just set out to correct the injustice in the insurance industry. So we became Primerica from A.L. Williams in 1991. We went public with our IPO in 2010. And I chose to go with Primerica because of the same reasons that your family was devastated when your father passed away, because of the lack of education. And your father did what he knew to be the best for his ability based on what they gave him. But no one educated him on the right type of policy that would work for his family long term. So my goal, I've always wanted to help people. I did that in the probation field as a probation officer, but I decided I wanted to help people in a different capacity with their finances. We make every decision based on money. So why not making sure that people in my community, people in middle-class America understands how to make their money work for them while they're properly protected and prepare for financial increase, for financial success. So I chose to go with a company that matched, that mirrored my goals for my community as well. That's where Primerica meets that. We're an item now.
Yes. And I think in our community, especially, African-American community, they don't want to talk about life insurance. They don't want to talk about my grandparents. Neither one of them had insurance, and we had to do the begging and everybody pitch in and all of that. It was a really, really hard situation because they don't want to broach the subject Bottom line is everybody's going to die. And then when it comes to money, that's another thing I think that we need to start teaching that in elementary school. Okay.
We can start
really
teaching one. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we need to start teaching that, because when you get older and you ain't got no money, you ain't got no money saved. Come on, Pete. Come on. We got time out for that. And then we look around, we wonder why so-and-so over here done built a market, done did this, done did that. They got credit. Okay. They got money in the bank.
Right.
When you get ready to do something, you ain't ready. Okay.
And when you save money, it saves you.
Girl, I'm trying to tell you. I sit on my hands. I call it sitting on my hands now. Right. I call it sitting on my, well, this thing here, this pandemic done really made me sit out. But I'm telling you, even before that, I was like, you got to sit on your hands. You got to save money, because if something happened to you, who's going to help you? Ain't nobody else around me got no money. So I got to be able to take care of myself. That's correct. Very good. Now, how can I determine my need for insurance? Because I hear there's several different types. Again, like I said about my dad, who thought he had good insurance, who thought he had this insurance that was going to pay off the cars and the house. How do I determine what kind of insurance I need? Well, and that's going to make sure and cover what I need.
Gotcha. What we do is we look at a couple of different things. So when I meet with a client, I'm going to ask a couple of questions. Just for an example, I'm going to ask, how old is your youngest child? I'm going to ask, do you have any property that you currently owe, that you're still paying on? Is who's all dependent upon your income? How much income do you make right now? That helps me to determine how much coverage you need, how long you need it for, and how much money we can put into an investment vehicle outside of the policy. So yes, there are different types of policies out there, and we educate families on how all of them work so that you can make an educated decision for your family. Of course, our philosophy is buy term and invest the difference, because for the most part, we all believe that we need life insurance for the rest of our lives. We don't. We need it until we have adequate assets build up. So we want to help you build your assets while you're properly protected. But we want to give you the option, like you said, to have options as to whether you need to keep that policy or not. So we do what's called a financial needs analysis, and that helps you determine your long-term, short-term goals, and we work and build off of that, and then we develop a financial plan to help you get, of course, successful in that area. So yeah, there are different types. Do that in a full presentation with you so that you understand how all life insurance policies work, and then educate you on why you would want to have a certain kind versus some of the others.
And you know what, again, that's one thing, like I said, we don't have no affiliation as far as money changing hands or anything like that. And so I'm not putting up one over the other, but I found that, I like not being pressured. Give me the information. Let me figure it out. Let me say, this is what my options are, and no pressure. And so I really like that about your company, and I like that about yourself. I think that you guys really go out of your way to come to the client. You can tell, I'll meet you here, I'll meet you there, I'll do whatever I need to do. Where do we need to meet to get these papers and stuff signed? So it was just really a customer service driven business. One that I would say, okay, this is why I would refer you. This is why I wanted to have you on, because I felt like people need to hear this. And I know it's hard. It's a hard subject to broach. It really is. Oh, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. We need to talk about it.
Yes, we do.
We need to talk about it, because if we don't talk about it, then we're going to be talking about it later. And I don't want to talk about it at that time.
It's too late. It's too late.
It's too late.
And it's not even about waiting until someone passes away. It's about making sure that we get it while we qualify. I just had literally a 26-year-old declined because of prescription drug histories. And you'll be surprised so many reasons why a person could be declined for coverage. So it's not just even about waiting until a person passes. It's about making sure you get it while you qualify. A lot of insurance companies, even with this COVID situation, a lot of insurance companies have decided not to take any more applications right now. This is the time where everybody needs it, right?
Girl, let's talk about COVID. Look at all these people dying from COVID.
Correct.
Look at all these people dying. Okay, you 32-year-olds, 26-year-olds, athletes, people are just dropping dead.
Right.
Okay. Didn't think about this was going to happen. Leaving their families in just devastation, Pete.
Yeah.
Total devastation. Let me tell you something, girl. I worked at a big hospital, and one of my things I had to do was round on the morgue.
Okay.
And I rounded on the morgue at night. So what I would do is I would talk to the people there. I would say, hey, Mr. Johnson, hey, Mr. Green, hey, this, hey, that. Some of them patients would be there literally for 6-7 months. You want to know why? Because their family did not have no money, no insurance to pick them up. And I started saying to myself, well, what we gonna do? We had to keep them, and then ultimately they would go to like the potter's grave if they just really couldn't come up with the money to come pick them up. I think they gave them a max of 6 months. But can you imagine your body in a morgue for 6 months? That
sad. It's sad. It's a sad reality.
Yes.
I couldn't imagine, and because you want to be prepared for the unexpected. I don't want to talk about it. My organization alone has paid out 23. I think I'm doing a 23rd death claim right now. It's not always easy. You get that phone call. It's not always easy. And one is a 16-year-old and one is for a 72-year-old. So just like you said earlier in the broadcast, it's from 6 months to 100. We have to talk about this. We have to talk about it, get it out the way, prepare for it so we can move on. Like
I always say, that's one payment I make. Okay, on time. I may be late on the car payment, but the life insurance, baby, I make that payment because I'm getting older and I'm starting to look around, see my friends on my Facebook, and we have a high school thing, and they always bring it up. So and so passed away. Sorry to tell y'all. So and so passed away. Sorry to let y'all know this. And I'm saying to myself, I still feel good. I'm like, God, am I gonna really die? Yes, you are.
Right.
Unfortunately, right? It's gonna happen. Not that I'm so fixated on death, because I'm not. Because I've been around it so long now, being in trauma and stuff like that. I've been around it for so long. But it wasn't until what happened with my dad and subsequently some of my friends that I said, you've got to protect your child, yourself and your child, so that he won't have to go through this. Let me move on because I'm trying to keep it timely here, but this is really a good conversation, and I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
What happens if people do not have life insurance? Do you have any real life examples? And you were just talking about that.
I have people that have called me. I get calls too where someone may have had a policy and unfortunately it lapsed, or we try to get them back on and maybe now they don't qualify because there's medical issues, or there's someone who doesn't have it. There's the GoFundMes, there's the car washes, the bake sales. But what inevitably happens is the family is devastated long term. They may figure it out for the funeral, but they don't figure it out long term. Does that make sense? And so even in death, it's a bill. You have to live and you pay, it's a bill, but when you pass away, unfortunately, it's a bill too. And sometimes people aren't even prepared for that bill, if that makes sense. As we go on, I think about how the cost of funeral services just 10 years ago was anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000. Today, a funeral can be anywhere from 15 to 20 grand.
Yes.
Just to bury some, and you want them to go right, of course. But you also want to make sure that after that funeral that the family's still taken care of and that you didn't use all the money for the funeral. Because then you have to say, well, just don't bury me, cremate me. Well, guess what? Cremations is going up too.
That's it. Cremation used to be like $3,500. Honey, no, you better have like $5,000. Let me tell you something. Where I worked at, honey, you had to have a policy before they came and picked you up. They wanted to see that person's policy. If that policy wasn't at least $5,000 for the cremation, they wasn't picking you up.
Right.
They was not picking you up. It's sad, but it's so true. But you got to have something. And don't wait until now. Got to try to, because every time you seem like you need money, you never have it.
Right.
It's just not, it costs $10,000, $15,000. You look around, nobody got anything.
That's
nobody can help you.
The 401ks, you start cashing into your retirement, which most people are not even properly prepared for retirement. Right. So we don't want to get on that yet. But now I'm cashing in on my retirement to get this loved one taken care of.
Right.
When you pay a small amount and most people don't understand life insurance isn't as expensive as most people think. I have people that tell me the reason why I do not have it right now is because I think it's too expensive, or I think if I get it, I'm going to die. Well, guess what? It's expensive, and whether you get it or not, you're going to pass away.
That's it.
Why not? Because every day that you live, you're older. Why not lock in your rate, get something cheap that you can afford, and we work with your budget. We're going to work with you. We don't just throw you to the wall and see if you stick. We're going to make sure that we're following up with you to develop a game plan to say, listen, we're not just trying to offer you life insurance. We want to make sure your financial plate is completely right. But it's something that we, as middle-class Americans, to make sure that our assets are there, because there's something for the wealthy. It's called tax write-offs. There's something for the poor. It's called public assistance. But what is it for middle-class America?
Right.
We got to get us right. And that's what Primerica is in. Definitely.
Right. Well, I mean, how can our viewers contact you? I'm going to put your information up here again because I had it up here. And tell me a little bit about where your office is and what you guys are doing. Anything new? What's happening?
Well, they can contact me at 310-999-4801. They can also contact me at V as in Victor, S as in Sam, A as in Apple, G as in George, the number 4 at Primerica.com. I answer my phones via text or phone call. My office is located in Carson at 17420 South Avalon Boulevard, and that's Suite 200 in the city of Carson. Due to the pandemic, we're actually doing our appointments via Zoom. So you can actually have the presentation, everything from the comfort of your home. And we actually, of course, take care of everything electronically. And then once everything is up, if you want a personal one-on-one visit, we schedule that as well. But we basically do all of our interactions right now electronically, just to give our clients peace of mind and know, you know what, I can take care of this from my couch. I can take care of this without leaving my house or being exposed to a virus or whatnot. So everything is done right now via Zoom.
Okay. That sounds really, really good. I would ask those, that are coming in or coming in later on to please share this information, share this video, push the share button. It is free to do. People need this information, and I know people are like, oh my God, why are you guys talking about this? But let me tell you guys something. It is very, very important. You don't want to wait until you have to go through something like this. You do not want to wait. Listen to my story, and there are worse stories than mine. Thank God my mother had a credit card, because, honey, at that time, I'm the oldest of 7. We was looking around like anybody got no money. Okay, so that's enough. We had to work on that. Like why nobody can help. My mother had to pay for it. It was like it was a really, really difficult situation, a difficult time, and I just don't want that for my family.
Right.
I really appreciate you coming on here today. We are almost out of time. This has been a great conversation, and I might be back on again to go over some individual kind of specific things to go over and everything like that. But I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you, girl. I will be talking to you later. Take care.
Thank you. You guys, thank you. And I enjoyed this. This is awesome.
Thank you. All right. Let's talk about it, family. Please share this video. And, we appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. And like I said, share this information. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook. Got some good things coming up for you. If you have a subject that you want me to tackle, that you feel like, hey, we should be talking about this, let me know, and I'll be happy to do that for you. But we're going to go ahead and end this. So thank you again so much. This is your girl, Nurse Gina, and I'm out. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.